New supply levels are up in North Texas, so are home sales, and as a result, rent growth levels are tapering back down. Welcome to Apartment Market Dynamics from NPF Research. I'm Jay Parsons with your Dallas-Fort Worth update. Employment growth continues to be very strong in North Texas. That's the driver that made DFW one of the first markets that developers targeted in vigor for new apartment construction coming out of the recession. And that first big wave of new completions is coming online. Completions totaled 2,857 units in Q4, the most in 9 quarters. And for 2012 overall, 7,460 units. That was more than any other market nationally. But it's still quite restrained by DFW standards, as you can see from this chart. However, that won't be the case very long. Now look at this chart showing total ongoing construction by quarter, and you can see that construction is very close to peak levels, nearly 20,000 units underway at the end of 2012. That's just under the peaks that we saw in the previous cycle, but it's well above the average levels from over the past decade. And what makes DFW somewhat unique is that the construction is spread out pretty much all across the metro area. It's not isolated to the urban core submarkets like we see in most markets, like Houston, for example. That said, Dallas's urban core does lead the way with 3,532 units under construction in town Dallas at the end of 2012, and then more than 1,000 units underway apiece in Las Colinas, Carrollton Farmers Branch, Addison, Oaklawn Park Cities, East Dallas, and Allen McKinney. Plano and Denton come just shy of that 1K mark. Now, at the same time that lots of apartments are being built, we're also seeing big momentum in the for-sale housing market. Through November, home sales were up 17.7% year over year, up to 88,000 homes sold. Now, that's still well below the peak number from prior to the recession, but it'll be interesting to see how those numbers, or if those numbers, continue to grow, given that median sales prices have reached all-time highs and inventory levels are at record lows. And most of that improvement is coming on the Dallas side of the Metroplex, interestingly enough. Like apartment construction, home sales have been slower to recover on the Fort Worth side. So what effect are increased home sales and apartment construction having on apartment market fundamentals? Well, they're certainly starting to have some. Occupancy fell 40 basis points in the second half of 2012 to 93.7%. That's still up 40 basis points year over year, but that's the smallest year-over-year increase DFW has seen in 11 quarters. And annual rent growth levels are also cooling. Rents climbed just 2.8% in 2012, the smallest increase here in 7 quarters, and down from the cycle's peak of 4.7% seen in 2011. And interestingly, we're seeing big gaps in performance between Dallas and Fort Worth. Occupancy is 70 basis points weaker in Fort Worth, even with fewer home sales and much less new apartment supply. And annual rent growth was 90 basis points better in Dallas compared to Fort Worth. And why is that? It's not exactly clear unless the job growth numbers in Fort Worth, which according to the government have been comparable, unless those have been overstated. Now, those gaps will likely remain in place through 2013. Even with lots of construction and increasing home sales, Dallas's top-tier submarkets continually have shown very strong demand for apartments. Now, those spots should continue to do pretty well relative to the large amounts of construction underway. Overall, for the DFW apartment market, we're expecting rents to climb 3.3% in 2013 and for occupancy change to be flat. And that wraps up for DFW. So until next time, for Apartment Market Dynamics and NPF Research, I'm Jay Parsons. Thank you for watching.
Want more? Go deeper with NPF Research's apartment market reports. From a national level, down to individual metros, to specific neighborhoods, NPF Research has been providing unparalleled apartment market intelligence to the multifamily industry for almost 5 decades. Learn more by contacting us at 877-284-4938 or visit www.npfresearch.com and click on Market Reports.